G'day everybody, my name is Daly and today we're going to be looking at all the vehicles in Crackdown 3. So first let's start off with the commuter. The basic of the basic. The acceleration is high but everything else is rubbish. This car is one of the cars that you really don't want to come across and is really crap. But, you know, it's always that one car in the game that has to be crap. So it's basically the civilian vehicle that's not real great. So, you know, the speed and everything, it's alright. If we go on, you know, nearly 90 miles per hour, I don't know how that is in kilometers. But anyway, you know, the drifting's alright. The handling's pretty shocking. But, you know, that's what the commuter is. Next vehicle we're looking at is going to be called the Prowler. It is exact same as this, except it's a Terra Nova's version of it. So let's give it a park over here somewhere so we can keep it, and then we can see it all the vehicles that we have to see. Now keep in mind, I haven't unlocked absolutely all of them. I've had trouble finding 2, so if any help try and find these last 2 down here, that would be greatly appreciated. But we will go through all these vehicles one at a time. So next is the Prowler. It is blocked because I am a fool and standing on the point. Here we go, this is the Prowler. So the only difference between this one and the previous one, I'm not sure if that one has a glass roof or not, I'm pretty sure it does. But you know, you could click the B button and you have the sirens going. You've got the emergency on the back there, you've got a few decals on the side, or holographic decals I might say, but it is exactly the same as the last car. It's just the Terra Nova's version of a scout car. So let's place this back right next to the other one and get out the next car. Next car we're looking at is the Integrity. It's basically a compact car, so you know, your hatchback and all that kind of stuff. So let's have a look. I think it does have a little bit more handling and everything than the last car, so it's a little bit of a step up, but not by much. Of course, there's better cars than this in the game. You don't want to, if you have to pick up any car, this one's not a bad one to be hooting around in. So, you know, we're getting the acceleration's kind of maxed out now. We're getting to 90 mile an hour again here. You got the drifting a little better here, and you got the control a little better. I didn't go over the side like I did with the other 2, so you know, it's a little bit better. The controlling's a little bit better, but not by much. It's just a little hatchback car. Go away, would yous? I really don't want your attention right now, and if I do get their attention, I will have to disappear for a moment. But for now, you can get parked right next to this one. Oh, if I can park properly. There we go, that's good enough for me. I'm probably one of those crappy people that park horribly, but it's just a video game and I'll probably kill everybody that tries to mess with me anyway. The next one is the Purity. It is probably the closest thing we get to a motorbike in my point of view, at least. Every time you spawn one of these vehicles, the decals on the side are all different. So this one here, is it a Thai? It's promoting a Thai restaurant, I assume. It's kind of fast, this one. It controls not as great as the other 2. This one, it's a little bit harder to control. Its acceleration's a little bit up there, but its drifting is pretty crap. So it's alright. It'll get you to A to B. You know, it's a civilian car, what do you expect, eh? So let's move on to the next one, and we'll park this one next to that one, the last one. There we go, this is all the cars we've looked at so far. We even have one here, but we're not wanting you right now, so go away. Next car that we're looking at is the Renegade. It's one of the muscle cars in the game, probably the only muscle car in the game. It actually has a holographic spoiler if you sometimes get lucky enough to spawn with one there. But this car is one of my favorite cars. If I'm out and about, this is probably one of the cars I will be choosing if I don't have access to my agency car, just because, well, listen to the engine for example. It gets up to 90, it's nearly at 100 where the other ones weren't, and you know, the drifting is pretty insane. I am definitely going overboard here. because the drifting is absolutely mad. I'm going to find another one to show you more examples. See, these cars are everywhere, and you do have lots of different colors and different decals and everything that you can have on them. These things are very well their handling is very good, their drifting is very good. This car is just an all-out monster. It's just amazing. So I do highly recommend this car because it is really fun to drive, that's for sure. It is a little bit slower than the other sports car and the supercars that are in the game, but if you're just looking to, you know, slow it down, have some fun, then yeah, this is good. Oh, they're starting to despawn. That's not good. Oh well. Oh well. We'll just keep looking at the cars as we go. Next one is called the Velocio. This is one of the supercars in the game. There is another one. I haven't found it yet. I don't know what it looks like. I assume it's one of the police cars. I haven't found it. But you know, if you guys know what it is, and you know how to find it or anything like that, please leave it in the comments. I would love to find it and be able to show you how to find it as well. This is one of the cars you want to use to rank up your driving skills. So I do highly recommend trying to do the races, but I don't know if you'll be allowed to do some of the races in this car. I haven't really done that many, honestly. But this car is really good for drifting. You'll see that I'll get drift 3 if I just do a burnout. Simple as that. Oh, if I can do it. There we go. If you can get it right, you can do a really good burnout, and you can actually get places with this car. This is a really fast car. It's the fastest that I've come across, apart from the agency vehicles, of course. They are the best of everything. You can't top the agency vehicles. They're top notch in any sense. But with regards to all the vehicles in the civilian capacity, this is one of the best in the fastest. I don't know why those 3 are not despawning. Is it because they're in the actual car spaces? I don't know. We'll leave this here and see if it stays there. Alright, next one we're looking at is called the Stretch. So it's a limo. It kind of reminds me of something that was in Saints Row number 2, I think it was. It's a very high, duped up Hummerzine, basically. It doesn't move. Oh, it actually does move some distance. So it gets up there pretty quickly. The top speed isn't very high. I don't know how the drifting is on it. Yeah, it's alright. It's better than the first 3, maybe 4, I think. Yeah, the first 4. So yeah, the handling's alright on it. It's not too bad, you know, and your drifting's pretty decent for a limousine. Yeah, it's pretty good for a limousine. I'm actually kind of surprised. Let's put it back in with the rest and see what's next. Oh, it despawned our other car. Looks like we can only have 3 cars out at any given time. There's something for you to know. The next car is called the Olympian. Now, I've actually just looked through this, and it seems to be the Commuter and the Prowler are both the exact same car, but as you can see, the durability is greatly increased on the Prowler. So if you're going to choose one or the other, go the Prowler. It has a lot more armor on it, so yeah, go that. So the next one is the Olympian. It's a truck. It can look at many different ways. You've got a few here to choose from. Its handling, apparently, from the status back there, isn't too bad. I haven't actually gone ahead and, you know, driven one. I just kind of got in one and got out of it just so I can unlock it. But yeah, let's see. Okay, the drifting is actually kind of not too bad compared to the first few, because they were tremendously bad. The handling is actually kind of really good on it, but you know, I wouldn't try to use one of these unless you are in a really bad situation and you need some armor, because this thing does have a fair bit of armor, and it does have a little bit of maneuverability. So It is a good choice if you're trying to get out of somewhere and stay alive and you're low health or something like that. You know, the people can't shoot you through the windows or anything like that, not like in GTA or any other games like Saints Row or something, for example. So it is a good choice for if you want to stay armored, basically. The next vehicle is called the Momentum. It doesn't have as great stats as the Olympian, but it does have a flatbed, so I don't know if you can put your co-op players in the back and kind of, you know, get them to shoot stuff off and stay in the tray. I don't know if the mechanics of the game works that way, but you could give it a try. I don't know. I don't have another player and I don't know anyone else that has this game, but it seems like that might be an easy way to get out of some trouble if you're trying to run away, or if you're trying to take on a convoy or something like that. You could do that. This armor isn't as good as the Olympian. Everything else is pretty much the same. It's just a little bit. Just one little bit of a step down from the Olympian. The top speed is a little bit slower. It's not as well armored because it doesn't have anything on it, you know. So of course it doesn't. It does have a good drift though. That's pretty good. So its handling is still up there. Still better than, again, the first three cars. They're probably the worst out of them all here. I can't believe I'm saying that the trucks are actually better than those cars, but I'd still go the muscle car. Muscle car is probably one of my favorites. Oh no, I can't drive, sorry. And yet again, these trucks do sport a different decal every time you spawn it. You don't get a choice, it's just kind of random. So this time we've got I don't know, this one is some car imports. This one over here is just flat black. So moving on, the next one is called the Dispatch. This one's going to be very interesting because they don't actually have doors on the side, and these have very weird decals on the side. Right now it's just showing me as white. It seems like everything is only 4 bars, so the top speed it's not going to be fast. The handling might be alright, might be better than, again, the first 4 cars. Sorry, it's the first 4 cars. They're the worst. But let's have a go at the delivery van. It's just an orange one today. Usually it's like a mobile, but it actually does have doors. Oh, well, there you go. Oh, I didn't know that. It is very slow to start off with. Very, very slow. Probably the slowest car so far. As you can see, we're only getting to nearly 90 well and truly after every car so far. The drifting, yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. The durability compared to the maneuverability isn't really worth it. I wouldn't go for this car unless I really had to get something, and this is the only one I went around. This is probably going to join the top of the list and be one of the worst cars. The baddest car. That's not a word. That's not the phrase. That's not a right thing to say. So this is probably not one of the greatest cars in the game. I wouldn't choose this if I had to, unfortunately. Although it does look cool because you can have a lot of different decals and some of them are pretty funny. So next one we've got is the Transporter. It's basically just a ramp. That's all it is. These aren't too bad to maneuver. They're basically the same thing as the Olympian. I'm not sure how good the armor was. I didn't actually get a look at it just now, but they're getting up there. It's pretty fast. So you know, it's a bit slower. I think the maneuverability is pretty good on this thing, and of course you can line this up. So if you want to climb that wall with your agency vehicles, you just line it up, get in your agency vehicle, climb up that bloody wall, and then get on your way. But yeah, it's a good addition. I haven't seen these cars in a open world game in a long time. I haven't seen one probably in maybe Saints Row 2 and probably early GTAs. This is the last time I saw this car in a game. So it's good to see oh my god, it's stuck. It's good to see it's still around, the concept at least. There we go, just pick it up and put it there, may as well. But it's kind of outdated. I don't know if I like the idea that's coming. It's still an idea, or anything. It works in this game because you can set up and just climb up any wall. So if you get the agency vehicle and you can't necessarily reach it, you can set that up and get places. So I do like it in that fact, but in other games I don't know if it'd work. But I'd like to see something that could replace it, so you don't have to go around and look for that car and then go get your agency vehicle and hope that doesn't despawn, if you know what I mean. There's better ways around it. I don't know. That's just my thinking of it. Next is the Bandido. I like this car. It's a buggy. Its acceleration is max nearly. It's 1 off max. Its top speed is just 1 off max. Its handling, I don't think it's very good. But it has a gun on it. It has missiles on it. I will shoot into the air because I do not want to get people onto me. Oops. It's got an arc kind of sway of it. So when you shoot, it kind of goes like that. Doesn't go straight. It'll drop. It has a fair bit of drop. Its acceleration is very, very good. You can see we're already at 90, well before any of the cars we have previously tested, and it's already at 100 where every of the other cars have tested. However, the handling is rubbish. So it is very heavy to drive. You wouldn't want to be trying to escape from this. You definitely want to be only attacking somebody. Who's trying to get around this corner, for example, is pretty crap. Next up we have the Dozer. Now this is where things start to get interesting. Here we go. This car is another one just like before. It's more of a truck, and it has, you know, the bulldozer in front and everything. You can't really do much with that. You just ram people into it. But the interesting thing with this cannon though is, I'll show you, it shoots 3 missiles instead of just the 1. Yeah, go away. My friends back there are telling me not to do that, but yeah, it shoots the 3 instead of the 1. So, and it's a lot more heavily defended. And if you look at one of my videos, I was actually able to drive this still with only 4 wheels. So I was missing 2, I think the back 2 over this side. I was still able to drive with all the wheels. This top speed is 57 miles per hour, so it's not very fast. Its drifting is actually kind of good. I could still do a U-turn. That's kind of impressive. I didn't actually think this thing was able to do that, but it is very, very slow. It does not move very fast. Its acceleration is rubbish. Its top speed is rubbish. However, it would probably be like a tank, so it's probably worth it. So if you find one of these and it's attacking you, you definitely want to pick it up and throw it away if you can. If you have got the strength to do so, then do it. I've got my strength currently at level 5. I'm, you know, a quarter of the way through of getting it to max levels, so I can pick it up. But in saying that, not any of the other levels will be able to. The next vehicle we've got to use it at our disposal is called the Riot van. It's basically an upgrade from the Prowler. You can basically have a little bit more, a lot more durability. Its acceleration is better. Its top speed's better. Its handling is kind of is actually kind of worse. So let's test this out. It's basically a van with sirens. Let's test this out. Of course, we got the siren on the back and the emergency and all that. Sorry, the emergency on the back and the sirens and everything. These are usually the things that are going to come chasing after you if you're really stuffed up. The top speed is pretty good. We've still oh no. Let's get out of here. There we go. There we go, we're right. So the top speed's pretty good compared to the rest. You can get up there pretty quickly. As you can see, it gets there pretty quick and starts to slow down there. So there's that. And that's the handling. Yeah, it's not too bad. You can drift in it. You can drift in it. It's not just a 180 or anything like that. You can find, as you saw before, my mates were hanging around. I think there's one over there, maybe. There's a certain... There he is. They sport the blue colours with the... I think there's a crow or something on the side there. Like the agency animal. Oh no, they sport the agency icon and the shield and everything. So they will shoot you if they see you in an enemy vehicle. Just be mindful of that. So if you pull up to a ally vehicle or an ally post, they will try to shoot you and they will blow up your car. It's happened to me a few times, so just be warned of that as well. But out of all, this isn't a too bad car. It's got very good durability and it will last you if you're trying to get away from them, because you just kill a few of them, get in the car and then just run away and just deal with it later. That's a good car for that. The next car is called the Warrior. It's more of a APC than it is a car. But anyway, next thing is a Warrior. So it will always come dressed like this. It's, you know, one of the faction's colors, so it will always come like this. It has a minigun on it. And funny enough, there's been an update where we can actually get a car like this, but it's the agency's car, so it looks a lot better than this. So, you know, if you've got a few friends, you know, jump in, have a few APCs and go to town. It's not too bad with acceleration wise compared to some of the other cars, even though it is, you know, a very heavily armed vehicle. It can nearly do a 180, not really. But overall, as a heavy vehicle, it doesn't move too bad. It moves a lot better than that other one, the Dozer. So that's a positive in my eyes. Next one up is the Annihilator, and of course it's a tank. So its handling is top, its durability is maxed, its top speed and its top speed and its acceleration are rubbish. Of course, it's a tank. You know, so its top speed is probably about, wow, it's actually kind of getting there for one bar. Yeah, 53 I think it is. I hit the wall there, but I'm pretty sure 53 is the most it's going to go. 57 is as most as this one's going to go. You can't do a very good burnout whatsoever. Its shooting is kind of, it sounds cool. Very delayed. I assume the more vehicle upgrades you have, or explosives or firearms in the matter, it'll be a lot faster to shoot, but until I get those upgrades I won't know for sure. So let's take this back. It does kind of move pretty fast for a tank, to be honest, but yeah, I've got my own tank. It does look pretty cool though. Next and last vehicle I've got unlocked is the Linebacker. Now, I don't know what these vehicles are. Obviously, I'm missing something because there's 2 vehicles here for the green faction, there's 3 here for the red faction, and there's none here for the purple faction. Now, the purple faction, I know they're technology based. I'm not sure what they're actually called. They probably are technology and what have you. I can't remember the rest. But yeah, we're missing these 2. I do not know what they are. I don't know what to look for. The outline of this one in particular suggests that it's the exact same as Velocio, but it is a faction car. Same as this. This looks like it must be another Prowler, but again another faction car. So I'm not aware of it. Well, this one actually has 4 faction cars. So there's 1 there and 3 there, so yeah, there you go, this has got 4. But still, there should be another 2 for the purple side, and I can't find it. I'm assuming that's where you get it from. So, however, this one, its acceleration, handling, and top speed and everything, it's not too great. So acceleration is 3, handling is 6, top speed is 3, and durability is 7. So let's see what the Linebacker is. So we've got 6, 6, 4, and 7. So it's quite a bit better than the other one. So if you're going to choose between them, definitely go this one because it's a boss. Look at it just for once. Just look at it, and it's awesome. It moves really good. Its handling is amazing compared for the vehicle that it is. Look, we're already nearly at 90 mile per hour right now. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. So the maneuverability of this vehicle is very good. You know, you can do nearly a full drift actually. I'm going to test that out a little bit more, but you know, you've got the the minigun on the back there as well. So, you know, you have grab a couple of friends. This could cause some mayhem and could get into quite some trouble. So let's test out this drifting. You can do donuts with this, so it is pretty good actually. This car is amazing. If I saw this on the streets, I would take it, but I'm not going to see this on the streets because this is the DLC car that we just unlocked. So yes, that's all we've got. So that is all the cars in the game. Thank you so much for watching. Actually, just before we go, if I don't push the wrong bloody buttons, the buttons on the controller's a bit weird. We've got the catch of the day here. We've got a shark eating fish bites. So that's one of the decals you can get for the van. And I'm pretty sure it has a door. I am very shocked now that I realise that they have doors to it. Yeah, it does have a door. What do you know? Now, to unlock all these vehicles, I will show you just briefly how to find them. So the commuter is everywhere. The Prowler, you just need to get a couple of people onto you, and that's the same thing. The Integrity, Purity, Renegade, and Velocio will be everywhere. You go for the stretch. If you want to go to this location on the map, to the marina here, it's kind of like it seems like an airport thing. There's a bit of crystals across the way here. If you go around here, this is where you'll find them the most for the stretch, the limousine. Next up is the Olympian. Now, again, you'll find that everywhere. Same with dispatch, momentum, and transport is usually in the middle of the map. Or, as you saw before, I nearly ran into one. The Bandido, if you go across to right here, there will be about 4 of them sitting there. They'll just be sitting there. You can just grab them at any point of time. Just get in one, and then you can spawn one right next to it. The Dozer, you need to get 3 stars on the green side to come after you, and they'll come to you on that. The Riot van is the same thing. You'll just find them around everywhere. The Warrior, you need to get 2 to 3 stars of the red side onto you. I think it's red. Yeah, the red side's onto you. And then both that and the Annihilator will come after you. The Linebacker is a DLC vehicle, so that's how you get all of them. So far, I don't know how to get these two. Again, it stumped me. I've looked everywhere, I swear. But yeah, as soon as I find them, I'll put up another video and I'll show you. But that's about all I've got time for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. If you want to tell me where these 2 vehicles are, leave a comment down below and I'll get onto it. But that's it for me today, guys. Hopefully you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, mate.